Hi friends, welcome to Best Self-Improvement Quotes. What is a teacher? I'll tell you. It isn't someone who teaches something, but someone who inspires the student to give of her best in order to discover what she already knows. When each day is the same as the next, it's because people fail to recognize the good things that happen in their lives every day that the sun rises. In love, no one can harm anyone else. We are each of us responsible for our own feelings and cannot blame someone else for what we feel. It hurt when I lost each of the various men I fell in love with. Now, though, I am convinced that no one loses anyone, because no one owns anyone. That is the true experience of freedom, having the most important thing in the world without owning it. No one should ever ask themselves that, why am I unhappy? The question carries within it the virus that will destroy everything. If we ask that question, it means we want to find out what makes us happy. If what makes us happy is different from what we have now, then we must either change once and for all or stay as we are, feeling even more unhappy. Yes, my mind was wandering. I wished I were there with someone who could bring peace to my heart, someone with whom I could spend a little time without being afraid that I would lose him the next day. With that reassurance, the time would pass more slowly. We could be silent for a while because we'd know we had the rest of our lives together for conversation. I wouldn't have to worry about serious matters, about difficult decisions and hard words. He knew one of the women well, and had shared his universe with her. They had seen the same mountains, and the same trees, although each of them had seen them differently. She knew his weaknesses, his moments of hatred, of despair. Yet she was there at his side. They shared the same universe. Whenever you want to achieve something, keep your eyes open, concentrate and make sure you know exactly what it is you want. No one can hit their target with their eyes closed. But how will I know who my soulmate is? Brita felt that this was one of the most important questions she had ever asked in her life. By taking risks, she said to Brita. By risking failure, disappointment, disillusion, but never ceasing in your search for love. As long as you keep looking, you will triumph in the end. People give flowers as present because flowers contain true meaning of love. Anyone who tries to possess a flower will have to watch its beauty fading. But if you simply look at a flower in the field, you'll keep it forever. That is what the forest taught me. That you will never be mine, and that is why I will never lose you. Haven't you learned anything, not even with the approach of death? Stop thinking all the time that you're in the way, that you're bothering the person next to you. If people don't like it, they can complain. And if they don't have the courage to complain, that's their problem. It is always important to know when something has reached its end. Closing circles, shutting doors, finishing chapters, it doesn't matter what we call it, what matters is to leave in the past those moments in life that are over. Love, like rain, can nourish from above, drenching couples with a soaking joy. But sometimes under the angry heat of life, love dries on the surface and must nourish from below, tending to its roots, keeping itself alive. When someone sees the same people every day, as had happened with him at the seminary, they wind up becoming a part of that person's life. And then they want the person to change. If someone isn't what others want them to be, the others become angry. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own. The most important thing in all human relationships is conversation, but people don't talk anymore. They don't sit down to talk and listen. They go to the theater, the cinema, watch television, listen to the radio, read books, but they almost never talk. If we want to change the world, we have to go back to a time when warriors would gather around a fire and tell stories. But something always went wrong, and the relationship would end precisely at the moment when she was sure that this was the person with whom she wanted to spend the rest of her life. After a long time, she came to the conclusion that men brought only pain, frustration, suffering and a sense of time dragging. She didn't need to understand the meaning of life, it was enough to find someone who did, and then fall asleep in his arms and sleep as a child sleeps, knowing that someone stronger than you is protecting you from all evil and all danger. You must be the person you have never had the courage to be. Gradually, you will discover that you are that person, but until you can see this clearly, you must pretend and invent. You will never be able to escape from your heart. So it's better to listen to what it has to say. That way, you'll never have to fear an unanticipated blow. When you were in love, you were capable of learning everything and of knowing things you had never dared even to think, because love was the key to understanding all of the mysteries. People are afraid to pursue their most important dreams, because they feel that they don't deserve them, or that they'll be unable to achieve them. Friends, subscribe, like, share and comment. Stay blessed, stay safe. Thanks for watching. To be continued.